Unlock the tandem seat with the ignition key. Push the seat forward and remove the tandem seat. Then unscrew the two screws of the lock cover with a screwdriver. And remove the lock cover. Now detach the seat lock cable. Open two hexagonal bolts of the single seat assembly with a 5 mm Allen key. And remove the single seat. Then remove the battery strap. Now remove battery top cover and check the battery voltage. To check the battery voltage, first switch on the multimeter and set the selector knob to 40 volt DC. Then insert the red wire to the red port of the multimeter and black wire to the black port of the multimeter. Now connect the red wire to the positive terminal of the battery and the black wire to the negative terminal of the battery. And note the battery voltage on the multimeter. If battery voltage is less than 12.8 volts, then charge the battery. Connect the battery charger terminals to the battery as shown, that is, the red terminal to the positive terminal of the battery and black terminal to the negative terminal of the battery. To charge the battery, switch on the battery charger. Turn the selector knob to proper charging current at 0.4 amperes. Now turn the toggle switch to on position. Ensure that the main LED light and the charging LED light should glow in the charger. When the battery is fully charged, the green LED light will glow in trickle charging circuit. Now remove the battery from the battery charger and install the battery back into the vehicle. To install, connect the positive terminal of the battery first and then the negative terminal. Finally, tighten the screws with a screwdriver. Now apply petroleum jelly on both the terminals. Remember, never apply grease. Then tag the battery with its strap and ensure that the belt is properly tagged on the battery. Finally, cover the battery with the boot cover. Check the ignition switch shutter for smooth operation. First, insert the key into the main switch. Then, turn key from ignition off to ignition on position and ensure that the electrical system of the vehicle is working. That is, ensure neutral light glows in neutral position. Ensure that the tachometer needle moves to its extreme right position and then comes to its original position. The fuel gauge should first display full quantity of fuel and then it should display the actual fuel quantity available in the tank. Then, turn key to the ignition off position. Key can be taken out in off position and lock position. To lock the steering, first turn the handle either to extreme left or extreme right position. Push the key down and turn the key to lock position. Ensure that the handle is locked. Now take out the key. Insert the key and unlock the handle. Remove the cowling to inspect the engine oil flow at head cylinder, torquing of engine mountings, and clutch mechanism adjustment. To remove the side cover 1, open 2 hexagonal bolts using a 4 mm Allen key. And 1 screw using a screwdriver. And open 2 rivets. Take out the side cover 1. Now, to remove the panel console 1, open 3 hexagonal bolts and 1 collar using a 4 mm Allen key. And take out panel console 1. To remove panel complete 1 and side cover 7, open 3 screws with a screwdriver and open 4 hexagonal bolts using a 4 mm Allen key. Take out panel complete 1 and side cover 7. Now, to remove the side cover 2, open 2 hexagonal bolts using a 4 mm Allen key. Open 1 screw and 2 rivets using a screwdriver. Then remove side cover 2. To remove the panel console 2, open 3 hexagonal bolts and 1 collar with Allen key of 4 mm. And take out panel console 2. To remove the panel complete 2 and side cover 8, open 3 screws with a screwdriver. And open 4 hexagonal bolts using a 4 mm Allen key. Take out the panel complete 2 and the side cover 8. To remove the inner panel of right hand side, open 2 hexagonal bolts with their washers using an Allen key of 4 mm. To remove the inner panel of the left hand side, open 2 hexagonal bolts with their washers using a 4 mm Allen key. Now, unhook the front flasher light wire from the headlight panel assembly left hand side and disconnect the front flasher light connections. Detach the front end of inner panel from headlight panel assembly on the left hand side. Unhook the front flasher light wire from headlight panel assembly right hand side. And disconnect the front flasher light connections. Detach the front end of the inner panel from headlight panel assembly on the right hand side. Now remove the lugs of the inner panel from left hand side and then from the right hand side. Place the vehicle on a level surface and hold it in an upright position. Ensure the availability of engine oil. Now, ensure the engine stop switch is in on position. Turn the main switch key to ignition on position. Ensure that the bike is in neutral position and confirm that the neutral light glows in the meter panel. Now start the engine by pressing the self-start switch. Warm the engine for several minutes and then turn it off. After the oil settles, remove the filler cap. Wipe the dipstick clean. Insert the dipstick back into the oil filler hole without screwing it and then remove it again to check the oil level. The oil level should be between minimum and maximum mark. If less, then top up engine oil level with Yamaha lube SL15W50. Check the oil flow on top of cylinder. Start the engine and loosen the inspection bolt of the cylinder head with a ring spanner of 10 mm. To check the oil flow. Wipe off oil After checking, and tighten the inspection bolt of the cylinder head with an open end spanner of 10 mm. Then torque it at 10 Newton meters. Check the engine idling speed and adjust to specification if necessary. To decrease the engine idle speed, turn the pilot screw anti-clockwise with a screwdriver and to increase the engine idle speed, turn the pilot screw in the clockwise direction. Check for coolant leakage. Ensure there is no leakage from the radiator hose pipes. If there is any leakage, turn the engine off immediately. Stop the engine and let it cool down and check for engine oil leakage. Ensure that the coolant level in the reservoir should be up to full level. First, make sure that the handlebar is straight. Then check the clutch lever free play at the lever end. It should be between 10 to 15 mm. If the clutch lever free play is not as per specification, then adjust it. To adjust it, pull back the rubber cover from the clutch lever. Loosen the lock nut by hand. Now, to increase the clutch lever free play, turn the adjuster nut clockwise and turn the adjusting nut anti-clockwise to decrease the clutch lever free play. Measure the clutch lever free play again. If it is now within the specified limit, tighten the lock nut at the clutch lever. Remember, the slot on the adjuster nut and the lock nut should not align. And then slide the rubber cover to its original position. Check and ensure for proper routing of cables. First and foremost, insert the lug provided on the left-hand side inner panel into the bracket provided on the left-hand side of the radiator. Then, attach the front end of the left-hand side inner panel to the headlight panel assembly. Install and tighten two hexagonal bolts of the inner panel left-hand side with their washers using a 4 mm Allen key. Then connect the left-hand side front flasher light connections matching red wire to red wire and brown wire to brown wire. Hook the front flasher wire of the left-hand side on the headlight panel assembly. Then attach the projection on the inner panel onto the lug at the bottom of the radiator. Then insert the lug provided on the right hand side inner panel into the bracket provided on the right hand side of the radiator. And install the inner panel of the right hand side. Tighten two hexagonal bolts with their washers using a 4 mm Allen key. Now connect the right hand side front flasher light connection matching green wire to green wire and black wire to black wire. Hook the front flasher wire of the right hand side on the headlight panel assembly of the right hand side. Install the drive sprocket cover and tighten the two bolts using an 8 mm spanner. Insert the lug provided on the panel complete 2 and side cover 8 into the bracket of frame and install the panel complete 2 and side cover 8. Tighten 4 hexagonal bolts using a 4 mm Allen key. And 3 screws with a screwdriver. Insert the lug on the panel console 2 into the bracket and install the panel console 2. Then tighten 3 hexagonal bolts and 1 collar using a 4 mm Allen key. Then insert these two lugs provided on the side cover 2 into the bracket on the frame and install the side cover 2. Tighten one screw with a screwdriver and tighten 2 hexagonal bolts with a 4 mm Allen key. Install 2 rivets of side cover 2. Insert the lug provided on the panel complete 1 and side cover 7 into the bracket of the frame and install the panel complete 1 and the side cover 7. Tighten 4 hexagonal bolts with a 4 mm Allen key